In our variable template video series, in this video I will discuss about some basic JavaScript. I will talk about the JavaScript variable and data type and which is required for building our variable template. I have visited my website. You can go any of the website and just right click here and go to inspect. And here you can see something is selected. This is called elements. Now you need to switch to console. And if you see already some kind of code or anything like that, you just need to click this icon to clear this panel. So first thing we know about JavaScript, that is called variable, and variable is super important to understand. So variable, to type a variable in JavaScript, at first we need to write a var keyword, and then after that we need to give a name of a variable. So variable name is, for example, product name, and here actually we need to assign the value, maybe black leather bag. So in this part, this is the var keyword to assign the variable. This is the name of the variable, and this is the equal sign we need to put to assign value to the variable. Actually, variable is a naming system for any kind of programming language. Say that you have a name, and if we call by your name, that is represent you. Same way JavaScript, the variable is a short form of any value. So we have assigned this value to variable. Now if I call this name, actually this will return this value, you can see here. And we can assign any kind of value in a variable. For example, if we have price, so we can put the price, and then inside the variable, if I type the variable name price, it will return 45. And if I talk about the naming convention of variable, here this format is called the camel case. So first word is a small letter, and then each of the word in a character, first character should be capital letter, something like that. So this is the variable. Next we will discuss about JavaScript data type. Actually, data type is a type of data JavaScript support. We already familiar with some kind of data type in our academic life. For example, in a English character, we are familiar with capital letter, small letter, punctuation, as well as number, and a lot of other characters. In JavaScript, there are a couple of types of data type, but here we will discuss about 5 types of data which we require for building GTM variable template. So first we will discuss about string. Actually, string is any kind of word or sentence enclosed by quotation mark. For example, here we have typed a sentence here, black leather bag. You can see this is enclosed by quotation mark. So this is a string. As well as if we type another string, for example, product 2, so maybe red yellow t-shirt. So this is also another string. So as well as if a number enclosed by the quotation mark, that is also a string. For example, product ID, something like this. Although this is look like number, but because of enclosing this thing with quotation mark, this is called a string. And this quotation mark here, I type the single quotation, but we can use single quotation or double quotation. Both are supported by JavaScript. For example, customer name, if I type another variable, customer name, maybe MD Hassan. Look, we have used the double quotation here, but we sometimes we need double quotation and some single quotation. For example, if I have a string name, something like that, message, and here you can see I have given the double quotation because you can see we have already single quotation inside our string. So if I put the single quotation here and here, actually this will throw an error because it is something like that. We are starting here and ending here, and this part is a some kind of another thing. So because we already have the single quotation inside our string, so we need to use double quotation here. Exactly same thing, if I have the double quotation inside a string, then we need to use the single quotation for our string. So this is the use case of single quotation and double quotation thing. So next we will discuss about another data type that is called number. We are already familiar with number. So if I type a number here, price, maybe 45 or something like that, this is called number. And number can be the whole number or decimal point number. For example, rating 4.7. So you can say this is a decimal point number or floating number. So this is the whole number, this is a floating point number. Number is super straightforward, what we already know in our academic life. Our next data type is object. Actually, object is very important in JavaScript. If you know object and if you are familiar with all the function related to object, then I can say you have already learned the 50% of JavaScript. Actually, if you see object everywhere in JavaScript, an object is a collection of information about a single thing. For example, if we have a item and we have item, and item can have a name, red t-shirt, price $46, maybe quantity, color red. So you can see this is a item and this is a information about the item. So this way we can type object. Object contain couple of properties. This each of the thing is called properties, and each of the property is separated by comma, and property is key value pair. So this is the key and this is the value of the property. So if we like to get the price of this item, we just need to type the name of the object and then we need to put a dot and then the key. So if I type and hit enter, it is returning 46. And if we like to get the name of this item, we just need to put the object name, then dot, then the key. And same way we can get color. There are another way we can collect the information from an object, that is we can use this third bracket and then we can copy the key and we need to put the key inside a string. So that cases actually these two way we can collect the value from an object. If I type another object, for example customer, and then just let me zoom a little bit so it would be easier for you to see. Name John is 45, cust ID something like this, total order 4. So this is a object for a customer, and we already familiar with the object in our Google Analytics and tracking journey, because lot of time we see a items variable, item customer information, and this is type of thing is called object in variable. So now our next data type is array, and array is also equally important like object. So if I type a array, for example, array is actually a list of item. Here you can see object is a single item, single customer, but it contain those customers lot of information. But array is can contain lot of items or lot of customer. For example, if I type here a array, maybe array of items, items. So this array contain couple of items. For example, if I take this item, put it here, because we have already assigned this value to this variable, so we can directly use this thing. And then maybe our next item, we can write this item something like this. So we need to put a comma. So in array, each of the item is comma separated. So this is the blue, maybe price is different, below low. So if I hit enter, this is called array. So array contain two item here. You can see this is the first item and this is the second item. So what is the difference between array and object? So a array is a collection of items. You can see in this array we have a two items. It contains two items. So if I type another array, for example, item IDs, it can contain lot of IDs. So we have three items here, 2, 3, 45. So this is not the single value. This contain a multiple list of value. So this is the thing. So we need to understand the difference between object and array. This is array, items array. And if I go to our product, if we type here our item, and this is array, actually array contain multiple value, list of value. Object have only one value, but object contain the single many information about that single item. This is the difference between array and object. So a array can contain multiple object. Array can contain multiple number, string, lot of thing, but object is only single thing, but it contain lot of information about that single thing. So this is the thing. So our items array look like this now. Sorry, this is the item. Now it should be items. And we have two value. So if you like to collect the value from an array, that cases we need to type the name of the array, then we need to use the third bracket, and inside the bracket we need to put the index number of array. Actually array start with index 0, so our first item index is 0, you can see here, and our second item index is 1. So if we like to collect the second item, maybe assign with a variable second item, then we need to put 1 and then hit enter. And now if I check our second item, we are exactly getting the second item. If we like to take the first item, that cases we need to put a 0, because this is index is starting from 0. So we are getting the first item. And in our second item, if we like to get name, that cases we need to put the name attribute. So second item dot name, it will return the name. Or if you like to get the value from second item, we need to type the price. So this is array. So this is and we need to understand another data type, that is called boolean. Boolean is a true or false in JavaScript. For example, if we have a variable and its name send page view, it can be true or false. Actually this is the true or false, or is first versus, maybe it can be false. So true false in JavaScript called boolean. So this is the 5 type of data type. So in our next video we will discuss about some function, so that we can modify any of the array, object or a string, or if you need to do additional work, then we need those function. So it is all for today. Thank you.